Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Tailgate Sessions. Uh, Been a while. I have not been feeling overly talkative or creative lately, so yeah. Uh, and actually, there is no tailgate because it's so muddy around here. The only spot I've got to set up this tripod is right here while I sit in this lawn chair. So this isn't really legit, but we'll make it work. Uh, uh, One thing, horse racing related, I just saw where Maverick, yearling, selling down at Lexington, just sold for $1.1 million, and 21 horses later, another one sold for $700,000. And I just, I wish the owners the best of luck. I hope they, you know, I hope they make $10 million a piece, but uh, I just gotta ask: are you out of your goddamn mind? I mean, what? Wow, that's a big. Oh, talk about risk. Wow, you got guts. Anyway, that's all I got on that. And which I guess the other thing I was going to talk about, because it's a big thing this time of year, is pumpkins. Uh, Quick story about pumpkins. Uh, Me and my lifelong friend Mark were in our heyday. We're probably about the best pumpkin thieves ever known to mankind. I mean, we were good, damn good. And we came up with a master plan one night to go out, steal a truckload of pumpkins, and take them up to the college at Whitewater, where I had a real close friend of mine was going to school up there. We would pass them out to all the girls in the dorms so they could decorate their dorms with pumpkins. And the end game here was we would score with the college girls. So we grabbed a bunch of beer, went out and stole a truckload of pumpkins. And I mean, I'm not talking like it was like up over the side of the bed. It was big mount, thing of pumpkins. Drove it home here, parked it out by the barn, threw a tarp over it. And actually, the next morning I got up to go to work at the grocery store, and a little after 7, my dad had already been outside, and he asked me, "What's under the tarp?" And I'm sure he'd already looked underneath the tarp, and I'm like, "It's pumpkins." Well, he's like, "Where'd you get them?" I'm like, "We stole them." And he gave me that look of disgust. And he's like, "Well, what am I supposed to tell somebody if they come in here wanting to know, about this truckload of pumpkins?" I'm like, "Tell them it's none of their damn business," which led to yet another look of disgust. But anyway, so the next night, I got off of work and we grabbed a bunch of alcohol and headed for Whitewater to pass out our pumpkins and score with the college girls. And we got up there, parked in front of the one dorm building, and a friend of mine that was up there put the word around, and all these girls came from everywhere. Some of them brought their boyfriends. It's kind of like, really? I mean, anyway. And they all took pumpkins. It's amazing how fast you could go through a truckload of pumpkins when they're free at a college. And everybody was very appreciative. But at the end of it all, it was really a great plan, but it didn't work because there was no scoring with the college girls. So, it was worth a shot anyway. But while we're talking about pumpkins, or at least I'm talking about pumpkins to my phone, still, this is really fucking weird. Anyway, Illinois produces more pumpkins than any other state. On average, 1.5 billion pounds of pumpkins a year. And I know some of them go to the canning places for your Libby's canned pumpkin pie mix and whatever bullshit, But seriously, what do you people do with all these fucking pumpkins? I mean, I don't get it. And I'm not ripping on pumpkins or anything, but I, around, especially down a little bit south where I work, there's a lot of giant fields of pumpkins. I mean, you look out and it's just pumpkins. It's pumpkins. And they haul them out of there by the semi-load. I mean, a lot of them go into on skids or Gaylord boxes on skids, and then they, get taken to stores and whatever else. And there's a lot of roadside pumpkin stands. And what do you? I mean, I get it. For the jack-o'-lanterns and stuff. I get that. It's fun for the kids and well, some adults too. Because some of y'all get really fancy with it, and it's pretty cool what you do. Carving them. Other people, and this would be more up my alley, like to blow them apart with shotguns and just watch all the pieces fly, and that's fun. I get that. But my problem is, and this might be something that not everybody thinks of, is like after Halloween, especially after Halloween, but then all through November, and then it usually dies down after Thanksgiving when everyone cleans up all their decorations. What happens to the pumpkins? Well, they don't ever really think about that. Well, you've got some of your, more of your green eco people that are going to go put them in their compost barrel, or they're going to, throw it out in their garden, let it rot for, fertilize for the next year or something. That's all fine, well, that's cool, whatever. But a majority of you throw them away. You throw them in your garbage cans and your, whatever. And until you've actually ran a residential trash route and had to pick up, it just is a rough, figure so you might get an idea. When I was running residential routes, a lot of times, like the first week or 2 weeks after Halloween, I had routes that were sometimes 2 tons heavier than what they normally were because it's all pumpkins. Everyone's throwing away their fucking. It's like, why? You do all this shit with all these pumpkins, and you go, oh, I'm gonna put a pumpkin over here because it looks nice. I'm gonna put a pumpkin over here. Fuck your pumpkins, all right? You don't need that many pumpkins. Sorry. You can have as many pumpkins as you like. This is America, and if you want to spend your money on pumpkins, that's fine. But what always does makes me wonder seriously is and I watch these big. These farms are growing a lot of damn pumpkins, and every year you watch this. And obviously they're moving a lot of them out, but you watch these, a bunch of them just lay out there and rot. Then they go through and they till them under, and kind of makes you wonder why they plant so many extra. Maybe you people aren't buying enough pumpkins. Think about the pumpkins. Would you like to get plowed under the ground? So it's just a, different way of looking at it, because it does, like a garbage can full of pumpkins. Especially when they're starting to rot, they kind of collapse so you can fit more in there. It's freaking heavy. It was, and yes, seriously, my routes would get heavier due to all the pumpkins. It was kind of absurd, really. Anyway, I guess that's about all I got. I've been working on trying to figure out how to do some music videos. I've got a couple new apps. I got a new phone too, by the way. Not that anyone gives a fuck, but I got some apps on there now, so I can produce my own music videos starring me. So that's coming down the line. If I don't throw my back out trying to make them. Anyway, until next time, we'll catch you later.